My name is Nancy Jutton, and I'm the leader of the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp. And today we have the privilege of meeting three of our wonderful graduates who've been with me, not just for one session, but for two sessions, because we created such a wonderful relationship and such a wonderful community that we wanted to stay together to see what other magic we could make. So what we're going to do is do a little round robin, and each of my wonderful clients is going to introduce him or herself and say who they are, what they do, and why they joined the program and what they got out of it. So if you are sitting on the head of a pin trying to decide if now is the time and this is the program that you need, well, hearing from folks who are actually enrolled and engaged in it might just be the answer to helping you get to yes right now. So my first client that I'm delighted to introduce you to is Jack Ori. Jack, take it away.
Hey everyone, my name is Jack Ori, and I am a parenting coach for moms, dads, and other primary caregivers who want to stop stressing about their child's choices and start building or rebuilding an authentic relationship that will last until adulthood, especially transgender children and their parents. I joined Nancy's course because I had been in her Raise Your Impact group, and in that group we had started the process of doing a media one sheet, and I wanted to keep on keeping on. It was my dream to get on podcasts, to get clients, to get somewhere with my group. And so at this point, after 12 weeks, I've gone from just having a vague idea that I want to help parents of teenagers to knowing exactly who my target market is. I have a completed media one sheet. I have been working on getting on podcasts, and the floodgates have definitely opened because I've been posting in some of the groups and getting 2, 3 responses to one post that I post on when I take advantage of opportunities. I'm a lot more confident about what my business is. I'm a lot more confident about my ability to succeed and no longer feel like if I succeed at this, now it's when I succeed at this. So if you're on the fence, I definitely encourage you. It's worth the money and then some. Give it a try and you will see big changes in your life and your business.
That's so wonderful. Jack, where is your website so folks who are interested in what you do can quickly find you and do business with you?
My website is currently jackaore.com.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. I love hearing people say that the floodgates to podcast guesting are opening and people responding. You certainly have named and claimed a very specific niche. You are absolutely qualified to serve that niche. And I think that the inspired actions you've taken over the last 12 weeks have been really exciting to see. And I'm glad the floodgates are open. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, Joanne, tell us about you.
Thanks, Nancy. My name is Duran Williams, and I'm a licensed clinical therapist. And actually, I just started a new website at anxietysimplified.net because 12 weeks ago, when I started with Nancy, I felt so clueless about how to create copy for a new website or a new offering I do have for a course, Pathway to Social Confidence. I really needed help with this. And I got so much specific help from Nancy, ideas to move my business forward, as well as to help more people that I totally could not have done myself without some help. As a therapist, we talk much more than we write. So Nancy was so helpful. Jump into Nancy's programs. She can help you with the things that maybe you're not the best at, like me. And it can actually help you to help more of your clients and your business. So please join. You will be really happy you did.
Very good. Now, Joanne, where is your website?
anxietysimplified.net.
And one of the things that I remember is that in our work together, I got to know what your work was about. And I started thinking about all the podcast guesting that I was doing. And I started to think, I wonder if I could introduce Joanne to some of the hosts that I am guesting for. And what do you know? It turns out that one of them was going to be doing a whole show about anxiety. And I asked her, when the microphone went silent, do you need a guest who could fill that slot? Because I have just the perfect person for you. So what is happening now, Joanne?
I am scheduled to be on a podcast that you did recommend before, and I really appreciate that. We help each other in this group for whatever our offering that we do have. That's been really helpful. Also, we share and we help each other with what the other person does.
Well, and one of the things that I said at the intention in the beginning was that we would lift each other up as we were climbing. And I am a member of Toastmasters, and I happen to know that the president of our group is very involved in PFLAG, which is an organization that supports gay, lesbian, transgender, and other folks. And I was thinking to myself, I've got to get Jack to a Toastmasters meeting, because I know that if he is introduced to the president of our Toastmasters group, that could lead to an outcome that could be very welcome. So Jack, I just want to go back to you. What happened there?
Yeah, so I did go to Toastmasters. I did meet this person, and I was able to speak at her group, and I also now have a lifetime invitation to always come to her group when she has it, whenever I want. So that was, and she's also has reached out to other people that she knows. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, I can just imagine a time where you are speaking up virtually at PFLAG chapters across the country, so that people can have the opportunity to meet you and benefit from how you serve this very specific niche audience. There are riches and niches, and you're just at the cusp of being able to take advantage of that. So I love being able to introduce my students to people of influence who can open big doors for them. And that is one of the benefits of the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp. So Jack and Joanne, so delighted to hear your wonderful stories. I'd like to turn our attention to Barb now. Barb, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do and your website, and then share a little bit about what it is that your experience and results have been. And if you would be so kind, be sure to mention what happens during office hours, because I think people can really appreciate the above and beyond kind of effort that goes on there. So with that, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, I'm Barbara Ingrassia, and my company is Manage Copyright. Copyright the C in a circle. I help people protect their content, their online content, but I also help them rescue it, and sort of an SOS intervention. If you have had your content stolen, or know of someone who has, or you would like to avoid that, those are the measures that I can put in place for you and teach you how to do it on your own going forward. It has been such fun working in this group. Nancy builds community, as has been said. We support each other, advocate for each other. Everybody knows someone that we can refer to. Plus, of course, the podcast introductions and finding resources to identify suitable podcasts. I finally have a Media One sheet, which I've struggled with for a long time, and an updated bio. Those are precious. Laying the foundation is what happens here in Nancy's group. Plus, she is a word magician. She makes magic. She pulls just the right words out of the air. No advance notice. She just, boom, she just pulls them out of the air. And then she also has a velvet boot to gently encourage us to take action, to step out, to stop revising and researching and trying to be perfect. She says, take some action. The office hours are just a golden opportunity, because, again, we're supporting each other in the group, but it's a much more formalized, much more personalized action, specifically coaching into certain areas, looking at our documents, making suggestions. And sometimes, with it being such a small group, it's like private coaching. And so that is so valuable. She lays a foundation, she builds a structure, she builds accountability, and those are just precious. It has been exciting to see how members of the group have grown over just 12 weeks. And so thank you, Nancy. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give participating in Nancy's group with her a 10. And she is generous. She exceeds your expectations. When she finds a resource, she shares it. So there is so much more that happens than what you might see on the page that you're looking at to sign up. Know that you will get that and more. She cares, she builds community, and I just thank her so much. Thank you, Nancy.
Well, thank you, Barb. And I'm so proud of the progress that you've made, because not only did you create the Media One sheet in the bio, but I remember you negotiating on your behalf to get a higher fee for a speaking gig. And even though the outcome wasn't exactly what you wanted, it was very courageous of you to step up in this way. I also remember introducing you to a podcast host, and I believe that there is a guest spot on the horizon. I've seen you also collaborate with me. One of the things that you've been helping people with is prevention of copyright mistakes or copyright theft. But we got a bright idea during office hours that maybe we should offer some kind of an SOS package to help people in the thick of it when they're pulling their hair out, trying to know what to do next. And now you have a whole new program that you've created that is soon to be launched that will allow people to get you on speed dial to solve that problem in record time. And I think that's going to be a game changer for you, because it is challenging for some of us to sell prevention, but when you are in the thick of the problem or the center of the storm, that's when you need to know who to call to solve your copyright issues. And for those who are watching this video, Barb Ingracia is the person you want to put on speed dial if that is your problem, because she's got a solution, and it's going to save you time, toil, and aggravation that you could otherwise apply towards growing your business. And if there's ever been a good idea for that, I think Barb's she's got the gold on that. So Maureen, you probably surmised that we're doing a round robin of testimonials, and I am so honored to have you with us today. And if you would like to introduce yourself, explain your your name, your website, and what you do, and then share a little bit about what the transformation has been for you since starting with the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp about 12 weeks ago.
Gosh, my name's Maureen Curis, and my business is Radiant Morning, and my website, Radiant Morning with a U in morning. And I've been working with Nancy now for 12 weeks, and there's so much value. Like everyone's been saying, I got a landing page for my free offering that's much more easily accessible than Radiant Morning. It's startthetalknow.com.
What was that again? Startthetalknow.com. And why do we need to go to Start the Talk Now, Maureen?
You need to go to get my 7 prompts on starting the conversation about end-of-life planning. I didn't tell you what I do. I help mostly women, but get their end-of-life planning decided, documented, and then discussed with their families, so that when life hits the fan, as Nancy says, they will be prepared. They'll know what the wishes of their loved ones are, so they don't have to stress and guess and have regrets that they made the wrong choices, because they'll have had these robust, important family conversations, and they'll know straight from the horse's mouth. So besides Start the Talk Now, I have created my media kit. I have created an Interview Maureen page with questions and my logo and my pictures and a clip of me on an interview. And it's just so robust, something I never would have done on my own. I would never have even known to do this on my own. And just like everyone else has been saying, gosh, the office hours are like a treasure trove of private coaching. There is so much value in there. I've been on podcasts. I've been interviewed by different people that aren't even podcasts. People are now reaching out to me, and it's all because of the work I'm putting in through this Broadcast Your Brilliance bootcamp. So my message is getting out to the world like I never would have been able to do on my own.
And haven't you also run your program a couple of times? And
I've run my program. I'm creating a webinar to promote my next program, thanks to Nancy's influence and intervention with me. And I feel like, someone mentioned her velvet boot of accountability. She kicks our butts, BUTS, to the curb, as one of the members said. But it's just so awesome to have that accountability, to go to the office hours, to see how we're doing, to tweak and retweak that accountability, and just know that there's someone there that's going to be holding us accountable and getting it done. I can chase those shiny objects, and Nancy just helps me focus on what is the task at hand. I give it, like Barb, 10 out of 5 stars, and it's well worth every penny I have invested in it and more. So it's been awesome.
It's been such a pleasure to have you on board. And one of the things about you is in the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp, there are actually 2 tiers of membership. There's the standard membership and there's the VIP membership. And the VIP membership includes an expert interview where I interview you on my YouTube channel to champion and advocate for you so that you have a video that you can repurpose for the rest of your life to demonstrate how well you are able to deliver your message and make magic happen and make your point. And we had the opportunity to do that VIP interview, and you totally rocked it. What was that like for you?
It's so empowering just knowing that I can deliver my message effectively, and then going on and having that experience behind me, taking sort of some of the nerves and jitter of being interviewed away, to then go and do this again and again and again on podcasts, and just feel my confidence building every single time I do. But it all started with that guided interview by you, Nancy, that really just helped set the stage, helped me hone my message, and it continues to be refined because of the experience.
What would you say to someone sitting on the fence trying to decide, should I do Broadcast Your Brilliance? Should I go VIP? Should I do it now? What would you say to them?
Yes, run, don't walk to do it. I mean, truly, I look at where I started and where I am now, and it's amazing the difference that I know I would not be here if I was muddling through this on my own. I was just on a training call yesterday, and they said, do what only you could do, and then hire coaches, hire people to help you do what you shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be trying to figure this all out on my own, because that would take me hours and hours and hours. So for me to invest in this, it was just so worth it, because the time that it saved me was huge, huge. What you got done in 15, 20 minutes of action coaching would have taken me 15 days to do on my own, to figure out. And so it's been the best investment for time and money.
Well, that's music to my ears. What I've noticed is that the person who starts the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp is not the person who finishes the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp. And I just want to tip my hat to each and every one of you, because I've seen your confidence grow. I've seen your conviction grow. I've seen your certainty grow. I've seen you get present to your own go-to places where you get stuck and be able to diagnose, oh, I'm going down the rabbit hole. I better get out of there, and I get focused on what it is that I want to have happen. I love that Jack said the floodgates to podcast guesting are opening for him. I love that Maureen has had 2 groups that she's run, and now she's creating powerful alliances with other strategic partners that are starting to bear fruit. I love that Barb got a bright idea that could change the game for her business and really solve a problem. And I love how hard Joanne works, being a licensed clinical social worker for 30 years and then learning to do online marketing. That's a whole new ballgame. And she has leaned in and stepped up and shown up for all the calls and gotten all the support she needed and keeps on ticking to make it happen. It's not always 42 shows in 12 weeks that is the outcome. Sometimes people come here for that, but they get something so much more. And I think that's what some of these testimonials are demonstrating, is that people came for one thing, they left with so much more, and maybe it was beyond what they expected. And I think that that's sort of what I was hoping for all of you. So I want to just say thank you for being on the ride with me. And I know that we'll be continuing our work together because you're all VIP graduates. And of course, I always offer additional benefits for people who graduate and do such great jobs. I'm looking forward to our continued relationship. And I just want to thank you for coming on live and sharing your experience. So thank you so much.